Admiral Vexthal's tentacles trembled as the sensor readings cascaded across his neural interface. The Zephyrian Empire had ruled 17 star systems for 3 millennia, their biomechanical warships striking fear into countless species. Yet now, faced with humanity's first contact fleet, the most decorated military commander in Imperial history found himself paralyzed with terror. "Impossible," he whispered through his breathing apparatus, watching the tactical display update in real time. The human vessels defied every principle of known physics. The lead ship, if it could even be called a ship, stretched 40 kilometers from bow to stern, its hull composed entirely of what appeared to be controlled antimatter plasma contained within impossible geometries. Where Zephyrian vessels required massive fusion reactors and complex life support systems, the human craft seemed to exist in a state of perpetual controlled annihilation, matter and antimatter dancing in perfect harmony to generate thrust that bent space-time itself. Captain Martinez stood on the bridge of the UES Prometheus, humanity's flagship, reviewing the alien fleet's formation. 200 years of theoretical physics had culminated in this moment, the first deployment of humanity's consciousness-integrated vessels. The ship wasn't merely controlled by humans. It was an extension of human thought itself, its quantum processors interfacing directly with the neural patterns of its crew. "Sir," reported Lieutenant Williams, her consciousness partially merged with the navigation array, "the alien vessels are broadcasting on multiple frequencies. Universal Translator indicates surrender protocols." Martinez frowned. They hadn't fired a single shot, hadn't even powered their weapons systems. The alien fleet, comprised of what appeared to be living creatures modified into spacecraft, was backing away in obvious distress. Aboard the Zephyrian flagship, Emperor Clathmore himself had arrived via quantum tunnel, his biomechanical form pulsing with bioluminescent patterns of distress. The Empire's greatest scientists had spent decades studying the theoretical implications of matter-consciousness integration, dismissing it as impossible fantasy. Yet here stood proof of its reality. "Your Magnificence," Admiral Vexthal's voice cracked through the ship's organic communication network. "Their vessels appear to be thinking entities, not piloted thinking. The quantum signatures suggest their ships possess collective consciousness spanning multiple dimensions." The Emperor's optical clusters focused on the tactical display. Each human ship registered not as a mechanical construct but as a living mathematical equation, its hull shifting through probability states that shouldn't exist in normal space. The humans had achieved what the Zephyrians considered the ultimate impossibility. They had taught matter itself to dream. "Open a channel," Emperor Clathmore commanded, his biomechanical voice resonating through frequencies that crossed species barriers. "Humans of Earth, we formally request cessation of hostilities. The Zephyrian Empire acknowledges your technological supremacy and wishes to discuss terms of coexistence." Captain Martinez exchanged glances with his crew, their thoughts briefly synchronizing through the ship's consciousness matrix. The irony wasn't lost on them. Humanity had prepared for first contact by assuming they would be the technologically inferior species. Instead, their desperate push into consciousness technology integration had apparently created vessels that existed partially outside conventional physics. "Alien fleet," Martinez responded. "We came seeking peaceful contact and trade relationships. We have no intention of conquest." In the depths of space between the fleets, quantum fields rippled as two vastly different approaches to technology faced each other. The Zephyrians had mastered biological integration, growing ships from living tissue and neural networks. Humans had chosen a different path, merging consciousness with quantum mechanics to create vessels that existed simultaneously across multiple probability states. Emperor Clathmore's relief flooded the Imperial communication networks. The humans, despite possessing ships that could theoretically unravel the fabric of local spacetime, sought diplomacy. Perhaps this species, which had somehow convinced matter itself to think, might prove to be allies rather than conquerors. As both fleets moved into peaceful formation, the first chapter of interstellar diplomacy began, not with humanity pleading for acceptance among the stars, but with an ancient galactic empire grateful that Earth's children had chosen peace over the terrible power they had accidentally discovered while reaching for the cosmos. The universe, it seemed, was far stranger and more wonderful than either species had dared imagine.